What's going on YouTube? It's HRL11 back here with another video. The BR program dropped yesterday, and I'm here to show you guys the best way to complete this program in the fastest way possible, depending on the type of player you are. Now, that distinction is pretty important here. If you're a competitive player like me, who can get these wins in bunches, can do pretty well, there's a different strategy than the ones that can struggle with a win sometimes, as they redraft a lot. Those have a different strategy. And if you're wondering about what I've done in this game mode, I'm definitely not the best player in this game mode, but I have gone 12-0 in 2 different games, last year and in 19, so I feel like my insight is a little bit worthy here. So let's dive deep into the BR structure, and let's see which draft strategy works for your game the best. But before we do that though, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new. I put out these videos pretty much weekly, so I would greatly appreciate that, but now let's get on into the video. This specific program changes things a little bit here because there are some excellent cards in these lower rounds that we can use for PXP and get more points in this program. And it gives us a decent outfield along the way, so we don't need to use our diamond rounds on the outfield. So my best strategy for this program, at least for now, is for my outfield to be Soto, Buxton, and Cruz, and then use my diamond rounds on like a third baseman or a shortstop or a first baseman, someone that's like a little weaker in those areas. And if I can pull that off in my drafts, I feel like the team's more well-rounded. Also, in my opinion, the most important aspect in BR by far is the bullpen, because pitching in this year feels harder than ever for some reason in BR. But the hitting, there's a lot of good hitters, but the bullpen is what you need to get those good hitters out, and that's what gets you outs and wins in the long run. If you have some weaker arms in there and you need outs later in the game, you're going to struggle if those guys that are good for your team don't have energy and you need to use like Comets or Bronzes or something like that. Okay, if you're the player who gets a lot of wins like me and can get them in bunches, you want to definitely go after the missions that are pertaining to one BR run. If you play enough games, it'll happen over time, but you still want to make sure you get the good players you need, and you want to draft those good players that you like more than the good players that you need for the missions more often than not. Last program, I got caught up in the PXP missions with those silvers and bronzes. I didn't really have success with them. I wasted a lot of wins trying to get PXP for those players, so you want to get the guys that you like. These are a little different though, because these are better players, but we don't want to be stuck with Bronze Altuve or something like that when we can just go for something better and get more wins that way. So figure out what spins you like the best, because BR is all about offense, like I said. If you can put up 5, 6, 7 runs every game, it's going to be hard to beat. Now let's go to the other end of the spectrum here. If you struggle to win games consistently, you need to redraft a lot, you want to focus on getting the individual player missions done as fast as possible. And the way you want to do that is, you want to draft multiple pitchers in these drafts, because you can use them every game. If you have 2 games and you have 2 pitchers, you can start your pitchers, you can knock out your parallel XP, get those guys done, and that's 4 easy points with your program every time. Pitching PXP is also easier to get in this game for some reason. Like, if you have an at-bat, that's 18 points, but if you pitch an inning, that goes more points along the way, and you need the same amount of XP for both guys. And then once you finish those pitchers, you can use the draft to get your hitters that you need to put them at the top of the lineup. Because if you're only playing 2 games and you need to get to the top of the lineup, you'll get more at-bats with those guys, and you can knock those out faster if you're struggling to get those wins. If you do all the player missions for bronze, silver, and gold, it'll get you about halfway through the program, and then if you can knock out the other BR one-run missions, that should get you close to most of the way there, so you need just a few wins to get to the top, and that will get you your flawless pack. So if you just keep grinding it, you will get there over time, even though it is frustrating sometimes. But just remember, even though it's frustrating, the faster you get there, the more you can sell that card for, and that's the most important thing. Especially if you're going no money spent, you want to get there as fast as you can, sell it for as many stubs as possible, and go for those collections if you're working on that. So there you have it, guys. My tips on how to get through this BR program as fast as possible and get that flawless pack as soon as you can. My BR draft has been going on in the background here. There have been some guys I liked here, and some guys that I didn't really care for. I think it's a decent team, but it's not the best I've ever had. We'll see how it goes. If you follow these tips to get the missions done quickly, you'll be going through it easier than you expect, and you'll have an okay time. I hope these tips help you out today. I thank you all for taking the time to watch this with me today. I hope you have a great rest of your day. We should be back next week with another video, so I'd appreciate you guys if you hit the notification bell so you know exactly when that drops. But until then, I'm out of here. Peace out. Have a good rest of your day.